Right, something unfathomable. Should be the Abyssal Colossus. And sure enough it is. This guy has 10 armor stacks, 30 speed, 30. My goodness. Welcome back to the channel, friends. I'm your host, AK, and today we once again endeavor into the mystical world of Decktamer, an absolutely phenomenal game that I've really been enjoying. In fact, my friends, we have some craziness on the docket today, and that we are going to be continuing our endless mode run. We are currently on Wave 17. That's right, you heard it right. Wave 17, and it was a 9-hour live stream that got us there. Now, of course, if you want to check out how we got there, I will link a link to the live stream in the pinned comment below. It is 9 hours long, so it's pretty long, but I did add timestamps that are, pretty well broken out if you want to check it out, absolutely. But today we are continuing that run. We got something real powerful and real synergized going on. We're going to see how far we can take it today. So let's begin. Smash the like button if you like the Decktamer and you want to see another challenge mode run for this Friday's live stream. Additionally, if you do like the game and you want to keep seeing it, then subscribe right here to this channel because we're playing it regularly. And let me know your thoughts about the run overall in the comment section below. Thanks so much. Now let's rock and roll. Alright, so top left corner there you see Wave 17. If we look at the runtime, 8 hours and 55 minutes, absolutely insane. And while we're talking about insanity, well, how about the enemies? I mean, look at this, 9 stacks of armor, then not to mention 9 stacks of strength and 9 stacks of speed while in battle. So what this effectively means is the enemy outspeeds us and outhits us and can effectively one-shot most of our units if we're not careful. And the way our team is constructed, kind of each unit plays a role, so it's really important that everybody stays alive and everybody stays functional, doing their role because, long lost are the days of, I suppose, brute forcing through the enemy. It's just not an option anymore. So, on team composition, what do we have here? Well, we have a select 5 and then 2 deep weepers here in the inventory. Currently dead, coming back soon though, shout out to Faduka. But for our team composition here, we do have 5 units, and it's anchored by a very important unit in Beef Bowl. So Beef Bowl, the Sky Whale, of course, has the traits of the Silver Beetle in Genotoxic and First Responder, and his role is, of course, to tank damage when necessary, heal up in face as well with Healing Spout, but most importantly, evolve Simply Jeef. My pride and joy are Cornerstone Simply Jeef, the former human, and then, of course, Ancient One when he evolves. And Simply Jeef here has Absorb. I got it early for him, and we have taken the max amount of traits possible. Not all of them are particularly useful, but the ones that he does have make him really, really strong and really, really functional and vital to the cause. So first and foremost, he does have Omnipresence, which is really good, right? You can get those tentacles in place to help tank damage for us. I mean, he's got Nap to regain some HP in face, Everlasting, so his max HP is 20. He's got the World, so temporary effects are permanent, which is quite nice. Vengeful to gain up strength. Warcry to give everybody swiftness. He does bonus damage to poison monsters. He's got hyper growth as well. At the end of each turn gains 5 strength, which is absolutely insane. Ever evolving, and then he's also an Insomniac as well. So Absorb, and then of course once he evolves he gets, what is it called? Hyper Impact, I think. So really, really important to the cause, and in fact the only reason we've been able to make it this far. Furthermore, we do have an Abomination, or Aberration more like, named X-Man. And this guy's all about Fortress, and then using status moves. I mean, he's got Iron Head plus 9 armor is absolutely insane. But then he gets that Protect, allows him to tank hits as well. And then just spam the status moves. And then we have the Shell Panther, who also plays an important role in that he applies Sluggish broadly. So it's really important. I think you could probably argue that the Crystal Dragon Wasp is pretty much obsolete, but he does have Everlasting. Maybe there's a way we can get him some more HP, then he can put some units to sleep. I referenced this earlier, but we do have a few Deep Weepers here. These guys are really, really, really good. Really good at simply just coming in, taking a hit, and dying, and then coming back to life. It's actually quite nice. So that's kind of the state of the state. We got a bunch of healing items. I got this Reinforced Syringe, which can be used to take a select skill from an enemy with danger level 3 or less. So we'll have to use that selectively. We'll probably be using that soon. I'm trying to think of ways maybe to support Beef Bowl, given that he's always out there with Simply Jeef. And essentially what we're doing is we're trying to mitigate damage and obviously not take direct hits. There's ways to stave it off, there's ways to sub in a tentacle, and there's all kinds of things going on with this particular run. You would have to check out the 9-hour live stream, but luckily I got you here. We're continuing on Wave 17, so let's go. So what do we have? This path right here, I do see it as, I think Courtship is just fine. Maybe we can get another Deep Weeper. That's what I'm thinking. We also have the Phantom Matter here. I think I want to try to get another Deep Weeper because those guys are just plain useful. So let's go with this. Let's rock and roll. Alright, nice. We got Faduka Nuke, fully regenerated. Absolutely fantastic. And why do we call him Faduka Nuke? Well, he's got the Claw, Traumatizing Sight, but also Implosion. So he will die, and of course regenerate himself, and deal 9 damage to all enemies. Absolutely fantastic. Shoutouts, once again, to Faduka. And then we got Faduka No, who does not have the nuke. No, I think you could have argued that maybe we could have, gone the other route with Phantom Matter and have 2 nuking Fadukas, but I think just having another one to take a hit, if necessary, is probably a little more valuable. Looks like we're about to draw them next, which is fantastic. If you've never tried these Deep Weepers, would highly recommend. I mean, they're absolutely fantastic. They are a danger level 4 creature. Fairly easy to obtain. They don't really do too much damage compared to other danger level 4s, but they are oh so useful. Right, so let's kind of assess. Let's kind of get the kit. I mean, just look at the damage, right? Look at the speed. Look at the damage. These guys are just absolutely insane. So, what we've been doing and what's been working is we get Simply Jeef down as late as possible to apply swiftness to everyone. Okay, so Warcry will give swiftness, and it's actually a permanent effect, so we'll always be going first, effectively. And I like to start with the Shell Panther to apply Sluggish, which is, again, another effect that remains on them permanently. So it actually works really well for us. And then X-Man here, as long as he can go first and apply Iron Head to himself, he can actually tank a hit just outright. So what we've been doing and what's been working is we've been going Shell Panther, throw him in, apply Sluggish broadly, okay? We've been going X-Man. We've been going Simply Jeef. Been pulling the Shell Panther so a tentacle spawns. And then it's basically get him evolved. Simply Jeef, get him evolved with the Sky Whale. And then kind of go from there. That's what we've been doing. That's what's been working. So we'll see if we can continue that here today. So let's get this figured out. So Shell Panther, we can throw him out there and just pull him right away. I think that's completely fine. So Shell Panther, I mean, I think what you probably should do is, let's think about this here real quick. So what I want to do is, so Simply Jeef has to be out there so he spawns a tentacle. The tentacle is very, very important. Tentacle spam, it's been working for us. So we certainly want him out there. We want him to go first. We'll probably have to top him up with a few healing items just to get him over the top so we can actually hit these guys full power and outspeed them. There will probably come a time when he cannot outspeed them though, like 15 speed. He'll have 20 absolutely maxed out. So we have X-Man as well. This guy can certainly tank a hit. We'll certainly want to get him in there. We don't have a Faduka to simply just burn, so we need a Tentacle and X-Man and Simply Jeef as our final kit. Now, I think we can use swiftness to our advantage. And to do so, well, so Simply Jeef applies the swiftness. So you actually do need the Shell Panther out there, and you gotta pull him. So Shell Panther, Sluggish, pull him. Go X-Man, Jeef. Well, Jeef has to be out there, and then the Shell Panther. And then Beef Bowl to evolve. And then Beef Bowl has to hang in there and likely either take a hit or do something phenomenal. I guess if he attacks first, he does hit for 19. So we're going to be able to take out pretty much any of these units. Kind of got to get my my sequence of cards here. So first and foremost, non-negotiable, we play the Shell Panther first. Give us the initiative in combat. So let's do that. Shell Panther, get out there. Boom. All right, so Ink Trap, everybody. You bet. Absolutely fantastic. So now we need Simply Jeef. We could throw X-Man out there. Well, then we're going to get the Tentacle. We actually don't need X-Man quite yet. So let's get Simply Jeef out there to apply swiftness. Because he's got to go out there first, right? He's got to go out there first. You can see the world procking off. And then Beef Bowl needs to get him evolved. So Beef Bowl, get out there. Alright, fantastic. Ancient One. Just completely phenomenal unit. Let's pull a Shell Panther and spawn in a Tentacle. And then what's funny about this is, as the Tentacle dies, which it always does, the Ancient One gets stronger, right? Gets these strength stacks. It's the way I built them with Vengeful, right? So a Vengeful Ancient One, not to mention 17 HP, 17 speed. He actually does simply just outspeed. This guy will outpower, but these guys are slugged, right? So it actually does work out for us rather well. So let's see, 19. You got 16 HP, so let's go ahead and Gigaton Press you into oblivion. And for you, of course, we're going to be using Hyper Impact. You bet. So 15 HP on you, and then Swift Bite's been working for the Tentacle, given he does go first with that move. Let's go with something like that. And you bet. Everything looks good. Swift Bite, boom. Get it? Razor Petal comes down. Alright, Vengeful, so he's powering up, right? Gigaton Press, bam. Get wrecked, and Hyper Impact, you bet. Now, I've just been so impressed by this build we've been able to put together. And it's all predicated on Absorb. If we don't have Absorb, right, it doesn't work out so well. And you can see, so Swiftness is permanently applied to the Ancient One, which is quite nice. Now, for Mr. Beefball here, as long as he can face an enemy with Sluggish, or, you know, he goes first in the sequence of attack, he's fine to stay out there. Absolutely. I want to keep a Faduka alive so we can clone him. So we'll certainly want to do that. This guy with the Spiky Slam is pretty terrifying. We could always throw in X-Men and then pull him, or we could simply just use a skill as well. Get a little tentacle action in there. So hits first, deals more damage every 2 waves, so always hits first. We'll probably want a tentacle on this lane. Spiky Slam is a very strong hit, but we can take him out. And then Razor Petal again, of course. So Hyper Impact for you, the Ancient One. Alright, hitting for 20 now. Absolutely insane. 7-6, and then 9 HP for you. So it could certainly be a lot stronger. It isn't, which is great for us. So let's go ahead and... I mean, we can throw a combination of any of these units in here, really. I like the thought of tentacle spamming. It just really works well. Not to mention you get a free Swift Bite. So it works. Let's go with something like this, and let's rock and roll. What is this guy gonna do? Adjacent creatures are immune to negative effects. Well, that's right, we simply just outspeed them, but I do fear the day when we will no longer outspeed them, right? And we'll see what happens when 2 enemies have the hit first property on their attack. I do think it relegates to the highest speed then, but we were messing around with that at the end of the stream. I think if an enemy has Swifts and one has Sluggish and they use a hit first, I think you still go first with Swift. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to be keen on that, though, as we continue on. So let's observe here. Right, so he does get the press off first. Completely fine. He'll probably do it again. But the Ancient One just buffs up in face, man. So good. We got our Faduka again. Completely fine. I think we can probably go ahead and pull the Ancient One so we can get a little HP restoration. Let's do that. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get in X-Men and pull him for a tentacle. Yes. Get the tentacle in place to do combat with the Horror of the Deep. Actually, we can't pull the Ancient One because we already pulled. Completely fine. Let's just take him out. He's doing good anyways at 17 HP. And like I said, we are full on skills, so I can't absorb any more talents. But it was pretty nice with the strength buffs. Just really powering up Absorb. Allows you to target things, right? Now maybe if I stumble across another syringe, we can tweak him a little bit more. Right, take off lesser impactful ones. For sure. We'll definitely have to kind of cross that bridge when we get there, but let's go ahead and do this. And let's rock and roll. Alright, press coming down. Gigaton Press takes him out, and that's all she wrote for Wave 17. And look at all these permanent strength buffs, man. Absolutely insane. Alright, fish and meat. Absolutely fantastic. And seek a mate. How about Faduka Nuke? Absolutely. So we got a third one of these Deep Weepers, which is fantastic. And it would only be right to, of course, call this one Faduka again. I mean, we gotta. We'll call him Faduka no because he does not have the nuke. But very, very good. We're at full strength again. Looking good, feeling good. Simply Chief with 11 HP. Might have to get him topped up eventually. What do we like? We like items. Choose between 3 items twice. I mean, certainly some utility there. I don't know if maybe you could get a syringe out of that. Maybe. We have these guys. I mean, Rebirth fully heals itself. That would be pretty crazy for Simply Chief. Or the Sky Whale. The Sky Whale does have a way to heal himself, but... Well, actually, no, it's... Yeah, danger level 3 or less. I was thinking maybe we could just swipe that. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Light Pulse as well. Another good one. Fully restores the use of limited use moves for the team. This will restore 1 HP, but it's only a one-time use, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm scouting talents that maybe we can take. Fusion. Choose 2 creatures to fuse into 1. So I've got questions on this. Like, does it literally just smash the 2 creatures together and makes 1? Do we do the Crystal Dragon Wasp and X-Man for permanent protect? I mean, is that an option? I feel like maybe we should mess around with fusion. But I'm not exactly certain how it goes. Like, do they just smash together into 1? And if they do, I do like that. Like the Narco Crystals and Ironhead, right? Not to mention crystallization to just simply gain more armor and face. We got Torpidity here to put the unit to sleep. Being out there with Protect, we can actually, you know, utilize it. And then 4 skill sets. I mean, we have the Lantern Dog, very basic unit here, but you're going to see a beastly one, a Behemoth. Everybody else is too high level to really steal skills from. I mean, I think we got to go fusion. Got to go fusion. Am I intimidated by any of this stuff? The slowest ally on the board has swiftness. Imitator, when placed, gains a move of the ally to its left. Omni pressure hits all lanes. Okay, so that's kind of scary. Especially with strength. Like, that's terrifying. Alright, so the way to deal with this guy is I'll have to apply sluggish to him when possible. Like, that's how we're going to deal with him. The Shadow Moth is going to have 19 speed, which is crazy, but our Ancient One can still outspeed him. Like, just barely, but he can. This is a path you take because I want to mess around with fusion. And let me think about this. So, the Sky Whale needs to remain as is. I'm almost leaning toward X-Men and the Crystal Dragon Wasp. I think the kits complement each other rather well. So let's go. Alright, Lantern Dog, Shadow Moth, and Neuromophos is out there. Dreaming about a new move. Got Sonic Boom coming down. I mean, 14 is such a huge hit. Then Swift Scratch, which hits first for 10. Right, so I gotta make sure we get sluggish. And we're gonna be learning about hit priority real soon here. So I've got X-Men. X-Men is great as long as he can use a status move. He can simply just tank a hit. I think he's going to be better in this one. Anyways. But we need the Shell Panther to inflict sluggish on all. Regardless of speed, both creatures have priority. The fastest will hit first. Okay. I'm a little nervous about this, I'm not gonna lie. But Shell Panther certainly has to go down first. We need Simply Jeef in the middle as the Ancient One, taking on the Shadow Moth. That has to happen. This guy has 16 speed as well. So pretty intense. But of course, we can address that with Mr. Bowl of Beef. Alright, so Shell Panther, get out there. Bam. Ink trap, that's right. Get trapped up in that ink. Simply Jeef, you're up next. Get you out there. Alright, swiftness applied broadly. Beef Bowl, get out there. Evolves in phase 19 and 19 now. So I might actually have to top him up with a food item. Though never mind, this guy is sluggish. So Shell Panther, pulling you out. Think forward, the tentacle. You can probably remain there. You have 16, we can hit for 19 here. And then you, of course, not known for your durability, known for your speed, more like. And we got the swiftness advantage. So let's go with this. Swift Bite. See, so we did go first. So sluggish. So if a unit has hits first but sluggish on them, and you use a move that hits first, or perhaps have swiftness on you, then you still go first. So that is good to know. So like this Ancient One should hit him first. And now we got the Horror from the deep. And he's of course going to hit all lanes for 11. So this is a big hit. Okay, so how are we going to address this? Because... and this guy has swiftness as well. Okay. So it feels like maybe a spot for the X-Men. If he can go first, that is. Got a Hydro Slap hitting all lanes as well. So he's got swiftness and sluggish. He's not using a move that hits first, though. So you would think that swiftness and more speed can simply just take him out. This guy has 20 speed, which matches our max speed. I don't have sluggish. This guy is not sluggish either. So it feels like Ancient One, this is a spot for you. You gotta take out the guy with the swiftness and the sluggish with your swiftness. That's what it feels like. For you, we simply just don't outspeed ya. So maybe we need a Faduka in there. And then we're gonna have to just take a hit. Is what it feels like. See, this deck is not invincible. If I throw X-Man out there, he does not go first. Right? Because sluggish is not applied. Sometimes leading with that Shell Panther is not the best idea. Or maybe we need another form of sluggishness. I can get up to 20 speed. That's about it. Beef Bowl is most effective, of course, when he's attacking a unit with sluggish. Alright, so I think we got to go Faduka. And this guy's hitting for 11, right? And he's going to do that first and foremost. This guy probably has to take on... well, I guess I could pull Beef Bowl. I could pull him. His effectiveness will be greatly lessened anyways. He's still gaining strength stacks. He's going to take out him quickly. So if we pull him, get a tentacle in there, and then throw in a Faduka no. I think that's how we address this one. And then we'll cycle to more Fadukas. Of course. So let's do that. I can always prop up the Ancient One with some healing items. And he can take the 11 hits. I don't like doing it, but he can take it. So I think you gotta pull Beef Bowl. Otherwise, he's got a big hit coming his way. And he doesn't outspeed. Simply put. Doesn't have swiftness either. I wish the game did a better job describing or explaining what happens if somebody has both swiftness and sluggishness. Right? Because if both of these all lane hits are able to go off, like, the run's over. And given I don't exactly know what might happen, I've got to be careful and cautious here. Meaning the Ancient One has to take you out. Otherwise, I'd throw Ancient One right here to just take this guy out. Beef Bowl over to take him out. So it's quite the quandary, my friends. Quite the quandary. Let's go ahead and let's pull Beef Bowl. Let's err on the side of caution. Then for Faduka, let's get him out there. This is what he's good at. Just sacrificing himself, I suppose. And let's go with something like that. I'm going to be taking a hit with the Ancient One. Not what you like to see, but that's okay. I haven't selected. Okay, yeah. Gotta make sure you do that. Definitely make sure you do that. Alright, Hyper Impact, bam. Alright, good job. Ancient One. Deadly Bite coming down. A big hit. But one of the benefits of bleeding and Faduka is, you know, this guy's just powering up. So even at 10 HP and 10 speed, but 10 HP, he's still hitting very, very hard. And we get a replacement tentacle there as well. Alright, so perma swiftness, meaning we can take out this guy. Right, he might outspeed us, but we got the swiftness advantage. And he's hitting for 19. Beautiful. We got a tentacle right here, so he's going for the deadly bites. How about you say hi to the tentacle? I can simply just traumatize him. Let's go with that, boys. Alright, hypergrowth. Another tentacle. And a Faduka no. Waiting in the wings. For the Ancient One, let's see. Another thing you can do with these guys is you can use the corpse to fully heal one of your units. So that's like a wild card that we have maybe for like a boss fight or something. Let's go ahead and Swift Bites. Let's get you out there for a little crystal charge action. And you've got Nap, right, pal? Yeah, he's got Nap, so we could pull him out. This guy is pretty firmly debuffed. We could pull him out. We could go X-Man for Iron Head to simply just tank these hits. Why don't we do that? Let's be a little more cautious. Now, he does have priority, but let's keep you healed up. X-Man, use some Iron Head. I guess we can go Blinding Flare too. He just needs the protection. We'll do the armor first so he doesn't take direct HP damage. Even if it's only one. Bam. Alright, nice. Let's bump you over. Use Blinding Flare. Let's bump you over for some Crystal Charge. And the Shell Panther getting out there again for a Fortified Assault. I mean, do I cycle to the Ancient One again? Just to give him a little nap action. He's gonna be sleeping. I mean, it's kind of like, why not? I'll probably do that. Although he's getting 4 vulnerability. This is going to hit for 4, so that's actually 8. So let's put him to sleep, and then for you, just do nothing. Alright, Blinding Flare. That's right, get blinded. Deadly Bites. And Night Walker. Alright, Beef Bowl. Doesn't really have much utility in this spot. Let's blind him again. Let's crystallize up. Alright, Ancient One. Let's get you back out there. Brought swiftness and permanent swiftness, that is. Blinding Flare. Crystallization. Pull him next turn and go for the win. Alright, Resurgence. Okay. It's actually a pretty impactful move with, 12 vulnerability stacks on you, I suppose. Let's go ahead and pull you out again, Ancient One. And let's take him out with the Crystal Charge. Let's go. Bam. Alright, nice job. Double fish. I mean, we got plenty of food items. Choose 2 creatures to fuse. Alright, so I'm going to be learning a little bit about fusion here. I have not done it before in a run. But I think what we can try to do is, I think these 2, completely fine. Let me know if you see it differently, but I'm thinking these 2. And I'm curious if their skill sets literally just merged together. I sure hope so. Well, we're going to learn. 2 creatures together, the fused creature will inherit the highest HP and speed from its parents and be fully healed. Okay, so the skill sets merge together. Well, let's see here then. So if you do simply Jeef, then he isn't a former human anymore and therefore cannot evolve, which we need him to evolve. We need a skill set. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to create an amalgam creature that has the HP and speed, the highest value, and then merge skill sets. I'm pretty sure. But how about Beef Bowl? Let's think about this for a moment. So if Beef Bowl had Fortress, Iron, I mean, there's an opportunity to make Beef Bowl into an absolute stud. But then again, you get protection by using Fortress, which is predicated on status moves. I think if we're going to get any utility out of the Wasp at all, you gotta go X-Men and Wasp. I think that's what you gotta do. You also have the Shell Panther here as well, whose main function is to ink trap everybody. Are we okay not having a quote-unquote Sky Whale? I mean, if he debuffs if he adds Sluggish to everybody, then you add, because, you go down first. Actually, no, you go down second, so. So are we thinking about this incorrectly? Do we maybe go X-Men in the Shell Panther? Because Sluggish, then he uses Iron Head, right, as his opening move. Stays out there, you don't have to pull him. Then you go simply Jeef. And then the Sky Whale to evolve him. You could pull him from there for a tentacle. And then you don't have to risk the sky whale, per se. This guy's out there invincible. And then Jeef obviously does what Jeef does. I think these two is actually where it's at. Because it's going to guarantee that he always goes first. And that's like the main thing for him, right? He's got to have swiftness, or he's got to outspeed, which he doesn't. So I think these two is what it's all about. I think we'll get an amalgam. I'm pretty sure. And then, like I said, that same skill sets will merge together. I think that's what we have to do. So let's do it. Amalgamate. Okay, so yeah, test subject, fortress, ink trap. Okay, good. Iron head, blinding flare, fortified assault. Okay, so it does work as I thought it would. First time messing around with it, we got to be careful, right? Like one false move can really mess everything up for us, frankly. A tree of balance, choose a creature. HP and speed of 5. I mean, it's not really a good one at all. But do we have a skill here that I like? Blizzard could be strong. I mean, that could actually be really, really strong on the ancient one, given it hits all lanes. And he does have insane speed. And it's one that we could take. Can use it twice. It's interesting. How about over here? Special foraging. Okay. Boulder crab. I mean, rocky shell is good. We have cave moth for the omnipresence. However, it's a 4 danger level. Ever growing. When a team member deals damage, inflict poison to the victim. I think the only one that has any utility at all. I mean, do we go Blizzard? I mean, with all the strength buffs that we're getting, it kind of feels like it. Kind of feels like having a move that hits all lanes is where it's at. And that's a good one to get. I mean, he's getting insanely strong. That's what it feels like to me. You just swipe it. You swipe Blizzard. And then we'll have our first AoE attack. Well, since the days of Lumi, I suppose. I think so. That's what we're going to do. We're going to swipe Blizzard from pole row here. And we should be able to use it to our great advantage. This guy's going to have a whopping, what, 21 speed, 17, 15, 17, 14. For the tree of balance, you can probably just overlook it. Unless maybe we wanted to tinker around with a Faduka. Guess it doesn't matter when everything one-shots you anyways. Let's go. Not to mention his skill set pretty much offs himself. Alright, Faduka No is back. And Faduka Nuke is back as well. Alright, fantastic. So we have the Amalgamates. Our new creation, if you will. So he's got to get out there. In fact, first and foremost, let's go ahead and just swipe this. I mean, he's got 10 stacks of strength. It's not inconceivable that we can get 10 stacks on the ancient one. But let's go ahead and swipe this Blizzard. Yes. Give me that Blizzard, man. Okay, so his skill set does revert to his other skill. Got it. Spiky Slam hitting for 17. Savagery hitting for 13 3 times. Absolutely insane. I mean, you just kind of see some truly insane things down here on Wave 19 and beyond. All right, let's get the Amalgamate out there. The guy that can simply just take a hit. To ink trap everybody, you bet. Let's get Simply Jeef. And Beef Bowl. Alright, good job, Beef Bowl. Let's see. So I should probably just throw this on him right now. I'll do it post-fight. Want to make sure I throw it on the former human, just to make sure it locks in. So we can pull Beef Bowl if we like. Otherwise, everybody's sluggish, so we can actually just keep him out there for now. So 16 HP, you're hitting for 19. Take it. Wreck him. For the Amalgamate, we gotta use Iron Head. That 9 HP and protection. In fact, we'll want to take out this guy. Then this guy's going to apply a massive 14 speed debuff stacks, which is insane. But that's okay. Really is. Alright, let's do that, and we should be good to go. So adjacent creatures. We don't want the Ancient One speed debuffed. So this is what we have to do. Let's rock and roll with it. You gotta like triple check. That would be my advice. Like triple check, just make sure that you're ready to end your turn. Oh, never mind, that's only one speed debuff stack because it only did 1 damage. Alright, destructive power grows for the Ancient One, and here comes the horror from the deep. Only 11 speed, but 23 HP. My goodness, man, these guys are able to tank a full hit from me now. Of course, he is devoid of sluggish. But I can pull Beef Bowl for a tentacle. So this hits twice, Oppression does. Okay. Well, this is, of course, where you get... You Blinding Flare this guy. Put protection on. We'll pull Beef Bowl. 17 speed, 17 HP. These guys are getting real tough, man. But hit you for 20. Amalgamate, you're doing your thing. We're going to pull Beef Bowl. I've always got the Fadukas to fall back on, if necessary. And let's get a Swift Bite in there. You bet. Munch him down a few times. And let's go with that, boys. We outspeed. Good. Bam. Hyper Impact. A huge hit. Alright, so a very, very big hit there on the Amalgamate. And he's also poisoned as well. Okay, so we got pretty lucky. A mild miscalculation, and frankly, all it takes is just one miscalculation, and it's all over. But lucky for us, we have plenty of ways to restore his HP. So I could do blood, or we could do fish. I've got ways, but yeah, that was almost really, really bad. In fact, as soon as I pressed go, I noticed I was like, oh boy, protects. Only going to stave off one blow, right? Alright, so the Amalgamate, I think we probably... It's gonna hit twice, right? So, probably have to pull him. Get a tentacle in there. So we probably pull him, get a tentacle in there to hit this guy one more time. I mean, that's what you want to do. Bring him down to a level where the Ancient One can actually kill him. And then probably go with a Faduka. I think so. So let's pull the Amalgamate. It's too important to the cause. And Iron Head saved him in a big way, frankly. Swift Bite, yes. Faduka, no. Yes. The answer is yes, actually. Not no, Faduka. And for you, we're going to get you way over here so you can get the hit. And the kill on this guy who attacks multiple times. So he's going to kill you and then... Actually, he's going to hit you then as well. Well, maybe we got to switch these two then. And I can just toy with this White Reaper with tentacles to heal the Ancient One back up. It's probably what we should do. Okay, so you're going down. You're going to hit here. He'll already be down. Actually, you're going to hit him twice. Yeah, so we're going to have to do this. Unless I do... Well, I think he goes mid and then he attacks the leftmost unit. If the leftmost unit still lives. This is at least a way to take this guy out, but... You know, this guy attacking twice is troubling. To say the least. I think taking one hit is fine. With this current setup, we take one hit. Right, Tentacle gets wrecked. You get wrecked. We could nerf his attack completely. Which might be a good idea. I mean, 24 damage with hyper impact. Well, actually, no. So 24 damage with hyper impact. I'm thinking he's only going to do 19. He's going to do 24. So let's just take him out. It's like, what are we doing? This guy will simply just hit you. Faduka, no, you can just claw him. Just claw him. Be just fine. Hits twice, yep. 11 speed, 19 speed. We hit for 24. So good. I got to factor in the speed stacks that we have. Or the strength stacks, more like, that we have. Alright, Swift Bite. That's a good hit. And the Vengeful Ancient One powers up in face and bam. Helps him find out. Big Claw coming down from Faduka, no. Bam. Good hit with the 4 vulnerable stacks. Looking strong. Right, we got the Amalgamates. Let's retool post-fight here. Alright, good job, Ancient One. Just so important to the cause, man. Wouldn't be anywhere close without him, and I'm pretty sure we have a boss fight coming up, actually. And it might be the Abyssal Colossus, which is going to be a great challenge. We're just going to leave. We don't need this. Alright, fully heal all creatures. I will, but first, simply Jeef. Get the Blizzard. Bam. Everybody's gonna get healed up. I've got tons of food items, right? I've actually been able to stock these up. If you saw the live stream, I mean, it was like the first 8 stages, first 6 stages or so. It was really, really tight, right? We were not really in a good spot. But we finally got to a better place. So let's rest up. Right, something unfathomable should be the Abyssal Colossus. And sure enough it is. This guy has 10 armor stacks, 30 speed, 30. My goodness. Alright, so let's study his moveset again. So upon waking, deals 5 damage to all enemies, increases each time. Starts the battle asleep, so that is a set number. I don't believe that scales up with strength. It does not, right? So it's 5. So starts the battle asleep. Unhinged Wrath hits all lanes, repeats this move for each empty slot. So we certainly want a full team out there. Subjugation Got Primal Rage. Deals 1 damage to all enemies for each effect removed. Extermination. Targets the enemy with the highest health. For 30. Just a massive hit that you can't avoid. Fall asleep to regain 50 HP. Fury for strength. And then debuffs. Okay. Alright, so I think you probably can start a little aggressive here now. I think getting Protect on you is pretty important. So we can go out, we can Iron Head. So I don't necessarily want to spam sleep on him either. We can probably debuff his attack with one of these Fadukas, right? And then get Beef Bowl out there to really hit him hard. However, Beef Bowl is important as it relates to evolving the Ancient One, so I probably shouldn't put him in too soon. So I think you want to get the Amalgamate out there. I don't use Implosion. I think I certainly use Traumatizing Sight. No, it's only 1 turn. The debuff. Could use Blinding Flare on him as well. But then if he doubles back and uses Primal Rage, 1 damage to all enemies for each effect removed. To all enemies, right? But if he uses that, we could always just pull him out. So the way I think about it is, I mean, if he's the one out there, we can just pull him. I think debuffing his attack is important. Looks like maybe he's trying to signal that he wants to use Extermination. And we can get the jump on him from this slot here, of course. I mean, I can always cycle to Beef Bowl, I suppose. We've got tons of units that we can... Well, maybe not tons, but we do have 3 of these Deep Weepers that we can, you know, quote-unquote throw away if we need to. We definitely can. I don't know if it's worth getting Torpidity on him. It's all about, like, what's he going to do next? He's going to hit everybody for 5, too, when he wakes up. So we'll have to be aware of that. That limits the effectiveness of Mr. Bowl. Beef Bowl. Just a little bit. I think we certainly want to debuff his attack. Or maybe you simply just start by debuffing his attack. And you keep it right as is. If we can get Simply Jeef and try to understand what he's going to do next turn, maybe that's the way we do it. It does feel like an opportunity to punish him, but I also don't want to sack 2 Fadukas immediately, right? So he's going to wake up, do broad damage, which protection will help us with. But then he also takes protect off. Could throw him right there to reapply. Ultimately, we're going to want sluggish on him, which the Amalgamate now applies. I think we're just going to prompt him to use Primal Rage. If we do that. But sluggish will certainly be important. I mean, it's a good opportunity to cycle him in. Get sluggish on him. Probably Blinding Flare too. Then we can always just go. So if he's aiming to use... Well, I think what he'll probably try to do is use Subjugation first. And then Primal Rage, right? But he'll be quite debuffed at that point. I think you got to start off with a bit of an attack debuff. Traumatizing sight. You see the horror in the eyes, right? Amalgamates. Do I go with him? Do I lead with him or not? I mean, we can always pull him out. Faduka no is toast, which is fine. Getting sluggish on him is important. So I think we probably do lead with him as well. Alright, so sluggish has been applied. Could Iron Head, we could also Blinding Flare. Let's Blinding Flare him, and let's see what he does next turn. Let's go with that. Alright, so what you gonna do, big boy? Alright, Primal Rage. So it's gonna do 14 damage to all. So the way I read this, 1 damage to all enemies for each effect removed, so it's going to be basically 14 hits for 1. You know what I mean? Unless protection works on it, I guess I don't know. Like, is it 1 hit for 14, or is it 14 individual hits? You know what I mean? Feels like probably 1 hit for 14, but that's hard to say. I think regardless, this is why you have Faduka. So let's pull the Amalgamate. Let's get the Faduka in there. Again. Gotta get Simply Jeef. And let's go for the Claw. Maybe you traumatize him again. I guess he's just gonna clear the effects anyway, so... Let's go for the Claw. Do a little bit of chip damage. Bam. Alright, so 1 hit for 15. Right, Faduka's already regenerated. Got Unhinged Wrath. Hits all lanes. Repeats its move for each empty enemy slot. Alright, so that's a hit for 15 on all lanes, which is terrifying. But I could also debuff his attack with our other Faduka. We could do it. Although I Simply Jeef, like, what's the plan? I can't be taking a hit for 15. It's not an option. So let's just traumatize him again. Alright, so another steep hit. I mean, it's a 10 hit for all. I'm pretty sure. So if we have protection, we should be fine. So I think the Amalgamate in this slot right here, he just needs to remain there. Kind of figured this guy would be a challenge. We got to get Jeef out there for some tentacle influence. Mr. Beef Bowl. I guess his ability to just hit all units is kind of scary. I think you probably need a Faduka just waiting, available, ready to debuff that attack if necessary. So I think the most important thing we can do here is let's get him in there. Let's use... I mean, he's going to use Primal Rage. I mean, protection should work. And then I'm going to have to... We're going to have to find a time to really lay down the hurt, man. That's what we're going to have to do. I can always avoid trying to debuff him too much. I mean, you would think eventually he uses... Probably tries to subjugate. That's probably when we have a full field, though. So I think the Amalgamate can stave off this hit. I'm pretty sure, anyways. Based on what I just saw, it was a hit for 14. But in the event that that's not the case, this will be a hit for 11. We'll have Iron Head, so we will survive. I guess we're going to learn. We're going to learn if Protect works or not. Throwing anybody else out there is foolish. Right, should do 1. Does 1. Okay, great. Alright, Extermination. Targets the enemy with the highest health for 30 damage. But not if you have Protect. So as long as you have the highest health, which you should be able to just sit out here and debuff you. Which means... I mean 8, right? 8 is the mark. I guess we could claw him. Crystal Dragon Wasp. I could claw him with Faduka. Do we want to get Faduka out there? Yeah, why not? Should blind him, just take 1 damage in return. And Fortress up. Bam. Man, protection is just so good in this game. Alright, we got our Faduka back. So subjugation, okay, so inflicting this to all enemies. Now this is of course where he uses something like Unhinged Wrath as a follow-up. Now the question is, do we go in on this? Is this an opportunity to punish? Like, do you go... You can probably pull the Amalgamates. He is debuffed a little bit. Can maybe pull Faduka. And then get Beef Bowl and Simply Jeef out there to really punish hard. Like, that's an option. Of course, we won't be able to pull him. But what's the worst that happens? I guess he uses Extermination. And then we are literally down that unit unless, of course, we debuff his attack. So that's where Faduka needs to remain in there, but it's still a hit for 20, you know? I think you certainly can punish him. And we can do it with... I think we can keep you just right where you're at, man. I think Faduka in the left slot to implode when necessary is key. Either that or to debuff attack. We'll see what he does next, but let's go ahead and nerf his defense even more. And then, of course, we'll have to take time to get Jeef in there. I mean, we just have to debuff him. We'll be alright. Slow and steady. It's gonna be okay. Alright, so these guys are staying put. Unhinged Wrath. Okay, so hits all lanes. 415. You got the Fortress on. So you're gonna be just fine. We're gonna have to get a third in there, though. Don't necessarily love. I mean, this will do 5 damage if we debuff his attack. Which kills Faduka, of course. Well, I guess he dies anyways by using his skill. So I think you debuff his attack, he does 5 damage. So we got to get a third in there. This is probably where the wasp does come in handy. Let's go. That's what we have to do. Oh wait, no, never mind. He's going to attack multiple times. Okay, so the wasp is down. Most replaceable units. But I did not calculate that in to the equation that there'd be an open slot. Okay, yep, gotta be careful. Gotta really think long and hard. Alright, you have protection. So this is great. I mean, the Amalgamate is very, very strong. Doing good things. Can use a Fortified Assault. Also has multi-scratch with. I mean, that's a strong option too. I think he'd do it. He's already got Protect on him. This is going to... deals 1 damage. Yep, so that'll be a hit for a whopping 22. So we're going to have to just stay put here. But the Amalgamate can get it done with the multi-scratch. Let's go. He's got Fortify on. Big hits there, Amalgamate. Good job. What's he doing now? Extermination. It almost feels like the Amalgamate could simply just take him out by himself, to be honest. Don't need to do anything crazy. We could get Faduka in there, though, because he does, of course, have less HP than the Amalgamate, especially for Extermination. I mean, who would have thought? A boss fight is best spent without your strongest units. Okay, so now he's going to buff up. Definitely an opportunity to punish him. So this is where you certainly have to go in on Jeef and the Whale. Absolutely. And I think we Blinding Flare him to just prime him up. He does get some sturdy, but that's okay. Gonna offset that with Blinding Flare. Let's pull Faduka. I suppose first let's get Simply Jeef. Actually, no. We don't need the Tentacle because we need to evolve Simply Jeef. So let's pull you out. Good job, Faduka. Jeef, get out there. And the Beef Bowl. Get evolved. Alright, big hits. Time to punish. Let's punish him dearly. He's trying to buff up in face. Well, I don't think so, my man. I don't think so. Let's go. Bam. 28. Huge hit. Alright, so he buffs up. Fury. Bam. 25 hit. Unhinged Wrath coming down. I'm actually happy it was this and not Subjugation, although he might not actually be able to survive Subjugation. Repeat this move for each empty slots, so 18 damage coming down. Now I can't get the priority over him completely and entirely if we move Beef Bowl right here. Amalgamate, a fantastic unit. I think you gotta Blinding Flare him again. Gigaton Press. Either that or we could go Faduka. I mean, it is gonna hit for 18, which is a lot. We could go Faduka and buff, or debuff his attack, excuse me. That's an option. Should probably consider it, given the Ancient One. Ancient One will get stronger if Faduka perishes, of course. Got Unhinged Wrath coming down. It'll hit for 8 instead of 18. But then we all know what he's going to be doing next, right? I think so. I think it's the responsible move to pull Beef Bowl. He did his part, got Ancient One evolved. I mean, otherwise, how does the math work? So that would be a hit for 25. This would be a hit for 29. The math doesn't quite math, but it's getting close. Alright, yep, pull you. I've got a tentacle. Okay, so I can't debuff his attack. So that's not great. But he's gonna hit this, hit this. So you want to be careful, right? You don't want to put a unit he's gonna kill in the first slot. You don't want to do that. Guess we do outspeed him. So you'd probably want to do this instead. Blinding Flare to debuff his... make him more vulnerable, right? Then we should survive this. I can always heal him up. But I forgot about the tentacle. This will be a pretty important hit to get on him. It might make him manageable enough to simply just take him out. And maybe he even goes into second wind mode. I suppose we'll see. We've got a unit that can tank the damage regardless. And then one that we can always pull if things get a little too sticky. But a 24 hit coming down is fantastic. So let's get it. It does hurt. It does hurt. Alright, 52 is the HP value. Okay. So he takes some poison damage. Okay, second wind. So he is falling asleep. So this is where you gotta go all in. Where you gotta go all in. So fortified assault. I mean... 50 HP is going to fall asleep, and then, of course, when he awakes, 6 damage. So he's got, what, 12 stacks of vulnerability. Offset by 3 sturdy, so 9. He's going to take 9 extra damage. You have 13. So if we had you to full power... I mean, add another 15 to this. If we got him all the way up to 20 HP, which I have the foodstuffs to do, add another 15, right? So that would be 28. So a hit for 28. Beef Bowl here hits for 20, just stock. And then plus 9, so 29. I mean, yeah. We can actually do it. So we're gonna do it. Fortified assaults. We shouldn't need it. Let's get like a few decent... I've actually got this blood. I could just throw it on him too. That's another option. Actually, I want you using Blinding Flare just in case we don't kill. You need that protection back on you, man. Let's give him some prime foodstuffs to heal him up. Now he's hitting for 19. 19 plus 9 is 27. You're going to hit for 29. 29 plus 27 is well over 50. I think we got it figured out here, friends. So let's let it rip. Bam. And bam. That's right. Down goes the Abyssal Colossus, and you love to see it. Absolutely terrifying, man. You gotta be real careful. We lost the Crystal Wasp. Rest in peace. You did great. You're actually kind of obsolete, if I'm being completely honest. But we did it. We got the boss. Absolutely fantastic. Man, what a deck we have assembled here, friends. What a deck we have assembled. And that means, up next, how about this? We have the Infinite Syringe, man. We've been talking about this in chat. Right, test subject. We can get Fortress on the Sky Whale. We can get Iron... Right, like, oh, this is going to be so good. I mean, this is definitely the path we're taking. Absolutely. Another Aberration opportunity, but no. Another Deep Weeper as well. No, you take this all day. Infinite Syringe. Absolutely insane. But we got to make sure our creatures stay healed up. We got plenty of food items to do so. So that is particularly good as well. Man, are we just stumbling into something great here, man. I'll tell ya. Now, unfortunately, what we cannot do... Well, actually, no, never mind. So I could use the syringe to take a talent off Simply Jeef that we don't like. And I could get Fortress. We want Fortress in, like, Iron Head. Or Fortress in Blinding Flare. Or maybe all three on all of our units that we plan to use. Which right now, right, we're a little bit reduced. But that's certainly what you want. Protection, right? Just think about it. So it's going to be really, really fun to mess around with the Infinite Syringe now that we finally got it. But look at the enemies, man. They scale upward. Absolutely. Right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump on into this. But give me one moment real quick. I'm going to pause the recording, and I'll drop back in just a moment. You won't see a thing in your video, but I'm going to pause the recording here, and we're going to jump back in. 1 second. All right, and we are back. Thanks for letting me step out for a moment. Had to take a phone call, but we are back. So let's assess the team here real quick. Beef Bowl, full health. Simply Jeef is kind of hurting just a little bit. No, I can always get him propped up with items. We're going to want to keep as many of these items on hand as possible to, of course, feed to our units when we get the Infinite Syringe. So I'll have to keep that in mind. But yeah, this is the path you take. No question in my mind. So let's go. Right, more Faduka action, you bet. This time we got the Faduka nuke. Alright, so a fun little way to pair these guys up is if you throw the Amalgamate out there to ink trap everyone, and then Faduka nuke them. I guess we don't have the nuke in our hand yet. But that's another, like, little synergy that we have. Really helps break down this just insane armor that everybody has these days. It's got to be Amalgamates. I mean, he can simply stay out there and take a hit, right? So imagine the same kit on everybody on our team, right? Beef Bowl included. It's what we need. It's what we've needed. Now, he can take the hit. Simply Jeef has to outspeed to be effective. Beef Bowl, again, with the sluggish. So yeah, the Amalgamate is just so good, man. Just so good. When attack inflicts poison to the attacker, not really that big of a deal. Alright, so Jeef, we need you out there, my man. And let's try to assess what your HP looks like once you evolve. And Beef Bowl out there as well. Alright, so Ancient One, he's got 12 HP. Okay, got it. Alright, well, let's unpack this. So, he's going to need a little propping up. I mean, he does go first, but we need to at least kill. So, that's like you. Let's get you like 15 HP, man. Beef Bowl, take him out. You got this. Blizzard is not strong enough yet. But we got to get him 15. I've got like 5 fish, dude. Have a couple of fish there, Ancient One. Alright, so now he hits for 16. Take him out. He's got 15. You have 18. Gigaton Press will take you out. And a Body Slam coming your way. That's okay. We can always Iron Head up in face. Yes. In fact, we can get Ink Trap on everyone too, which is pretty crazy. I mean, this infinite syringe is going to be just insane. It's going to really help us put this... Like, just take this run and put it over the top, man. I'm so happy we got that. Alright, Sluggish. Everybody's good. You're dead. You're dead. And you're ineffective. Let's go. Not a problem at all. Gigaton Press. Hyper Impact. Now, it's funny, like... I did a run. I think the first, like, superpower creature I ever discovered was the Ancient One. And then I did another run and we got the Beef Bull. Or the Sky Whale, right? So then I was like... I think it's pretty fun that both of these runs combine these two, right? Fantastic. Alright, this guy's going to inflict poison. But he did give Sluggish to you. Which I'm not a huge fan of. But Beef Bull's actually good at staving off any kind of status affliction. So I think you go here with him. You go Healing Spout. As long as he is outsped, which of course he is. Can actually just get free HP from it. This guy's Sluggish. The target in itself fall asleep. I mean, we outspeed. We got Swift and Sluggish. So, I don't know exactly what happens. I think we still go first. I think these cancel out each other is the way it works, and then it's subject to speed. I'm pretty sure. And if I'm wrong, we can at least take this hit. It's not a good hit to take, but we can at least take the hit. So let's do Hyper Impact. And then for this guy here, just Blinding Flare. Completely fine. I don't want him getting put to sleep. So Healing Spout right here. Yes. Blinding Flare to the target. Yes, and then you. You got 18 though. I'd like to kill you in one hit because you're putting people to sleep. He should go first. He's got more speed. He should go first. I mean, Sluggish and Swiftness, right? Guess we're gonna find out. No problem at all. Yep, Hyper Impact. He goes first. Fantastic. Disease comes down, and then Beef Bull just says, thank you very much. Consumes poison in face. Alright, good deal. So, Heavy Bite hits last, but hits, you know, for a heavy 16. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. Healing Spouts. Let's get a little Hyper Impact action. And then for you, I mean, we can Fortified Assaults. Many things that we can do here. We can also multi-scratch. Actually does nothing to him. Well, let's do this. Bam. Get Hyper Impacted. Ancient One gets poisoned. That's alright. Alright, so Beef Bull. So this guy's gonna Iron Head now. Okay. How about Permanent Swiftness? To simply just take him out. I mean, even with Iron Head, he still takes him out. Are you serious, dude? That's insane. But so you saw what happened there, right? So Swiftness and Sluggish cancel each other out. That is confirmed. That is confirmed. So use that knowledge as you will in the future for your runs. They cancel each other out when you have them. So it goes back to HP, of course. Use a syringe, yes. Absolutely. Alright, so now we gotta be careful because there's a finite amount of HP on the amalgamate. We don't want to kill him, but we need a lot of skills from him. With the test subject trait, it's really, really good. So I certainly want to get Fortress and Ink Trap on Simply Jeef. And then Iron Head's really good. Blinding Flare is really good as well. So let's make sure he stays nice and healthy. Here's a little prime rib. Let me figure this out. So, I guess I don't know if we can, tinker around with this a little bit. Then go back and heal and then tinker around more. You know what I mean? Guess we're gonna find out. Yes, we want Fortress. And he still got it, of course. So am I able to... Nice, I can. Okay, good. Fantastic. Alright, Beef Bowl. Get Fortress. Bam. Use ability syringes on creatures 10 times. Filled syringes. Mad Scientist. Got that. Okay, good. Ink Trap. Yes. Ink Trap's the next one up. You get that one. That's a great one. In fact, I might put Ink Trap on all these guys. It like ensures that we always go first. You know what I mean? So it's really important. Alright, let's go ahead and get the Sky Whale. Let's get him one of these useful. Well, probably both of them. I mean, Ironhead is super good. I think Ironhead is fine. We got Blinding Flare as well. I'll probably do that. Ironhead. Yes. Blinding Flare. There you go, Will. Keep watching this guy's HP, right? Now, the question is, do we want anything else? Like, Multi-Scratch has a good use in conjunction with Blinding Flare, right? It's 4, 8, 12, and if that's stacking up, it can be 8, 16, 24 even. I guess it's a one-time use skill. We need to keep the Sky Whale healed up. So let's, again, take Fortress. Ink Trap. Ironhead. And Blinding Flare. And let's heal him back up. Give him a couple of those for now. Right, Simply Jeef. What do you say, pal? Actually, we gotta swipe a few of these from him. On death. Okay, so Biohazard. This one can go. Like, for good. Could get Nap as well. I mean, we could take some of his traits and put them broadly. Could put them on the Amalgamate, right? Think of it. I mean, Everlasting and Nap is probably something that we want to consider. Omnipresence. Although, the Tentacle actually did kind of work against me a little bit in that last one. The boss fight, because it occupies a slot. So that's a call out as well. I think Hypergrowth is a fantastic one. Do we get Absorb with the Whale? And Hypergrowth? Maybe. This one has to go. Right, so we want this off of him. And then permanent effects become temporary. I think we want to take that one as well. I was thinking it would offset the buffs. World is good. This one, maybe not so much. On death inflicts poison to the enemy. Let's take it. Just gotta be real careful. Right, so Fortress. Going on Simply Jeef. Gotta make room for one more. Do I give Simply Jeef the one where you always start with them in your hand too? Maybe. When damage adds blood, I mean, you could throw that on Faduka. Immune to sleep, I mean, it's not the best. Really kind of niche. Warcry would be a good one to get more broadly as well. I think Everlasting on the Amalgamate would be fantastic. I mean, Power Drain, not really too impactful. Especially with the ant dying. So let's take this one as well. Wow, so he's got Fortress. He needs Ink Trap. And then we need Iron Head and Blinding Flare. Bam. It's going to be the key to making him immortal. Well, as immortal as possible, anyways. Now we're going to certainly have to prop him back up from an HP perspective. Now, if I give Nap to him, then I can take it again and give it more broadly, right? We can give it to the whale. We can give it back to Jeef. I think that's the next thing that I want to do. I think Nap is really, really good. So Golden Syringe. Let's take Nap. Now that's actually off of him, right? But let's throw it on this guy who's got Test Subject. Let's take Nap from you. Throw it on you. Let's take Nap from you again. Throw it on you. Not very good. Alright, Simply Jeef, like, do we need any more from him? I mean, Healing Spout wouldn't be a terrible one for him either. Could get Healing Spout on this guy. I mean, we could really just go crazy. Healing Spout, yes. Let's take it, throw it on you. Let's get Healing Spout back. Throw it back on the whale. And Simply Jeef. Alright, let's get a little healing for our boy the Amalgamate. Just so important and impactful. Then Simply Jeef. I mean, he's been all like stuck up with needles. Needs a bit of a break, but we do need... Like, what do I need from him? I think Hypergrowth is good. But we're going to get a lot less bang for the buck. So the Amalgamate certainly needs it. Let's give him a couple of points of healing. Simply Jeef. Just gotta be careful with them. These Fadukas, like... what in his skill set? I mean, Fortress isn't gonna really do him too well. Ink Trap wouldn't be terrible for all these Fadukas. They can basically have one, right? Like, they can have one. I think getting Swiftness on you is important. So I'm gonna at least need to heal Simply Jeef one more time. These guys all have Nap on. Do we want to throw a power attack? You probably want to throw Gigaton Press. Deals damage equal to its HP on the Amalgamate, just to give him a power attack that he can use. I think so. I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me. So let's do it. Gigaton Press. The answer is yes. So let's take that from you. Let's throw that on you, Simply Jeef. Or not Simply Jeef, the Amalgamate. Gigaton Press. We'll take that again. Throw that on you. Bam. Alright, so he's certainly going to need to give up. I mean, Vengeful would be fun to have team-wide. I think Everlasting needs to be on the Amalgamate. So that'll be another 2 Needle Pricks. I mean, Ever-Evolving is good. Everlasting, yes. Let's get that back on Simply Jeef. Alright, so we're kind of running low on healing. But everybody's got Nap. Everybody's got Ink Trap. Everybody's got Fortress. Everybody that we can't lose. First Responder, I mean, you could argue that we should probably have that on our 3 key units, but I'm actually okay without it because we can just cycle to it by sacking a Faduka, right? Not a big deal. The Amalgamate with Genotoxic, is that something that we want to fancy? I don't think we need to. We've got Nap, so as we pull these units out, they can get it. I think Tentacles on Jeef is fine. This Hyper Growth at the end of each turn gains 5 strength is pretty insane. I think that on the Whale would be great. That on you would be good too. But then we're looking at what? So take it, put it on you. Take it again. Put it on you. Reduces you to 1, you to 1. We'd have to put it back, so we'd have to heal him. I mean, with our ability to heal up, I'm feeling better about this, but I mean, Warcry is also pretty good. I guess it's only 1 turn, but with World, right? I'd love to just copy his entire skill set, but we don't really have the option of doing that. Can also just go Protective mode with Protection, given everybody has Protection now. Right, Fortress. Everybody has Healing Spout if they're using, you know, if we need to heal, spot heal in fights, we can do that. I think Hypergrowth is just fine. Give us more staying power in super long fights. Especially as you think of just using Protect over and over and over in fight, right? Just think about that. we'll get super, super strong. That's also where, like, bleeding has utility as well. Imagine getting, like, 15 units of blood can just heal. Well, I guess meat eaters only, which is... it's just the amalgamate. So I think we're actually good on that. We've got ink trap broadly, so everybody's going to be sluggish. I think you probably got to take... you probably have to... grab hypergrowth. From Jeeve. I think that's the most impactful, like, offensive one that we have. Otherwise, what else? I mean, Vengeful is decent. If we're constantly sacking Tentacles and Fadukas. Let's take Hypergrowth. Let me just be real sure. Okay, so he's got 2 HP left. Now I'm gonna have to heal him up. Let's be real cautious, right? I've done things in this game before where... yeah, lose a unit that you don't want to do because you're messing around with the unlimited syringe. So let's go Hypergrowth. Let's throw that on the amalgamate. Let's swipe that, Hypergrowth. Throw it on the whale. Then we're gonna have to swipe it again. Throw it on Simply Jeef. Alright, so now everybody has Hypergrowth. We've got the ability to simply shake off an attack with Protect. If we could ever get Pure Learning, that would be absolutely insane. And I think, like, our HP is whittled down so much that we're getting close to the end. Now, these Fadukas, like, what do we like? Do I maybe want to get... like, do I maybe try to get, like, bleeding on them, or... Warcry, maybe? Should probably be something that's already on the test subject. I mean, Ink Trap wouldn't be the worst. Do we like any of these skills, maybe? Like Iron Head. They're gonna have priority. I guess it's not gonna matter too much. Nap is not for them. Do I put Genotoxic on him? Simply Jeep is the one that has to evolve. But they all have kind of interchangeable and intertwined skill sets now, right? Are we good with this? Do I take Absorb? I think you probably got to take Absorb. Get it on both of these guys. That might be the last thing that we have to do. So Absorb. So he'll need more healing. I can get 2 HP healed up on him. I think Absorb is just super, super clutch. In fact, he doesn't need Absorb anymore, frankly. So I can save a little bit of HP. But yeah, he doesn't need Absorb. So let's grab Absorb from Jeef. Be real careful here. Throw that on you. Swipe it again. Absorb. Throw it on the whale. Alright, good deal, guys. I think we're good with this. Undeath inflicts poison to the opposing enemy. I mean, you can throw that on one of these guys. One of these basic guys. Power drain enemies with torpidity have weakness. I mean, we're really, really weak, right? To the point where we can't even take a hit. So I think it's probably best to call it good there. Unless there's any other thing that I'm missing. I mean, having the world is great. But we're still going to be using Simply Jeef, right? He's one of our hard hitters. We just have more coverage now, man. Not to mention the ability to absorb, gain power. The world is pretty good, though. So I'd be looking at 2 more HP. I'd have to heal him up. We can do so with blood. Probably need at least 2 units with world. So that means it would go back on you. I gotta get this guy's HP up to 20, man. Imagine us just fully kitted out with 20, 20, 20 of our 3 top units. I mean, I'm trying to think of a realm where Simply Jeef isn't out there. I guess if he's like super hurt. But if we have the world. The thing is I can't heal him again. So if I take the world and I put it back on him, he's got 1 HP left. If he evolves, he gets a little bit more. I think I'm good with this, given where we're at in our HP values. I think so. So let's give you a little bit of healing support. And you're probably going to have to carry us in the next fight. Let's go. Alright, so wave 22 dawns. Phantom Matter. So we could get another Faduka Nuker. Hunting ground. I mean, food items. This isn't bad. This guy has nap. Hits twice. Okay, so I don't like the hit twice. Glare. Vulnerable and sluggish to all enemies. Yikes. Hits all lanes. 15 speed, 22 HP. This guy's super fast, but 14 HP. We can actually take him out with relative ease. Yeah, this is a lane I want to go with simply because of this guy. We need one more like turn to kind of get back on our feet, right? Can use nap to really refill some HP. Let's go. Alright, we've got the Spine Hog, Pachi, and Head Piercer. Okay. Simply Jeef and Beef Bowl. Present. Alright, so everybody's applying Sluggish, which is fantastic. This guy's going to hit 3 times. He's got 17. So I need to make sure that we can... Unless we use a Faduka Nuke. Might be what we do here. Lazy Strike and then Bash. So Savagery hitting 3 times is scary. So we're going to certainly need to take this guy out. Got some vulnerable that I can apply to him if necessary. If I can get sluggish on him, we can nuke him with Faduka. Could always just traumatize. 19 HP for the Pachi, 16 for the Spine Hog. Yeah, we got to get our HP filled back up. Once we have that, we'll be feeling real good. I suppose we could always use things like Fortress to stave off the damage. It's like now we have a lot of options with each unit, right? Let's get Jeef out there. Alright, Ink Trap, yes. And a War Cry, of course, as well. For Mr. Bull. Mr. Beef Bull. Let's get him out there as well. Alright, so he gets 5. Alright, so with that 5 speed, right, he's not hitting too hard right now. In fact, he's hitting exactly 4-5. But he goes first. And of course can get protection. Could also just pull him out to heal up a little bit. You're hitting for 9. And we could always just go with Iron Head. Could always use that Faduka Nuke, which is 9 damage to all. So that's 7. That'll be 19. Or excuse me, that's 7. It'll be 11 for you. And 17 for you. This guy's got to go, preferably. Could also pull out a Tentacle, I suppose. I could debuff his attack big time with the Faduka. We could go with a Faduka Nuke. In the first slot, we could use... Maybe if not in the first slot. Go with the Iron Head. Iron Head here is going to shake off Bash. This guy's going to hit 3 times at 14 if we nerf his attack. It's going to go down to just 4. 4, 8, 12 will be the hits. 9 HP here. Got 9 on the health bar. What I'm thinking about doing is pulling the Ancient One. Getting in 2 Fadukas. Attacking with him just outright. Attacking and then nuking. We'll kill this guy. We'll actually get this guy. Well, no, not quite. Never mind. Then what does this guy do? So he strikes. He'll strike for the kill. And he'll actually hit twice. Because we're nuking. Could also just debuff broadly and use Iron Head. Get the Amalgamate out there who actually has some HP. Gotta make sure I do this right, though. Like, gotta make sure. Can always cycle in the Ancient One again. Pull him out with little nap action. This guy's only going to be using this once. So I think, I certainly have to debuff his attack. We could probably debuff this guy's attack too, so 3 and then 12 total, right? So if I pull the Ancient One right now, then I guess you could do the same thing with him as well. You could use Iron Head. 14 points of durability, plus protection. So that hits, it's 13. Then it's 4, 8, 12. You could do that too. So it's going to hit for 9, but if we have Iron Head... That's probably what we have to do, actually. So Iron Head. Iron Head, we have the initiative, of course. And then get this guy down there to Traumatizing Sight. Nerf this guy's attack. Get in the Amalgamate. Or to simply pull the Ancient One. Should probably pull the Ancient One, actually. Could always use one of these corpses to fully heal as well. So many options now, right? Like, we got so many more options. It's like our identity is different. I think we pull the Ancient One to give him 4 HP back. You go 2 Fadukas, you get attack debuffage. This guy's going to use Savagery once. But this guy will die. This guy will die from this strike, and then it's 4, 8. This guy will hit you once for 9. That'll be all of the armor that you accrued. But then it's... the Savagery's done. Right, him starting with Savagery is tricky. So let's pull you. Regen some HP in face. Let's go, Traumatizing Sight. Although, you do die anyways, I suppose. This is a guy that definitely needs to be debuffed. So let's Traumatizing Sight you. This does 9 damage to all enemies, but... oh, wait, no. So, actually, what's... so, he's gonna die, so he won't strike this guy, actually. So, let's think about this. Iron Head. So, if this happens the way I'm thinking, it's gonna be 4, 8... all 3 attacks go to him, plus this. So, he'll actually have, what, 5 HP left? So he's going to get hit by this, which will dispel his protect. He'll have 9 armor. So 18 hit points. Then 4, 8, 12. He's going to be reduced to 6. It's a steep price to pay. But that's so vital. It needs to happen. So what we need to do here is, I think we need to simply just claw. Otherwise, he's got another attack coming his way. Right? We need one of these guys to absorb an attack. Now, if the nuke actually killed, like one-shot him, it'd be a different story, but it doesn't. So he attacks him, he gets hit back, he dies. You use the Traumatizing Sight and die. Debuff his attack to 4. You're going to get hit by the Spine Hog on the bash. But you'll have 18 armor and protect. No protect. 4, 8, 12. Right, 18 hit points minus 12 is 6. The math is mathin'. Let's do that. Definitely tough with him starting with Savagery, right? It makes a big difference in this one. This game can get tricky on you too, man. Like, it really, really can. You gotta be careful. Gotta be real careful. Okay, so this guy's attack is completely nerfed. He's hitting for 8, though. This might be a good time for a Faduka nuke. Now, I think the question becomes, do we sack a Faduka here? This guy's just gonna keep swinging, right? got no armor to speak of. We don't have Iron Head left. Could use Blinding Flare for protection to take 1 hit point of damage. Amalgamate needs to obviously get out there and help us out. I almost think you could argue to use one of these. Heal up Beef Bowl. Get him to full HP again. And then we can make sure to get all the cards in our hand that we need. Right, we'll always draw the same 5. So I think I do like that, actually. Do we do it for Beef Bowl, or do we do it for, I think... Yeah, Beef Bowl all the way up to 20 HP is kind of where it's at. Removes all negative effects. Beef Bowl, get it. Alright, good. Alright, so now we can kind of reset just a little bit here. So 17. So Amalgamate. I mean, I think we nuke with you. But we're going to have another hit coming, right? Could always use Iron Head again, given just had that restored. That'll be protection. I think he kicked things off with a bit of an explosion. A Beef Bowl could take him out. And we could use Fortress. He'll be gone. Be a new guy coming in. You will attack here. And you will attack here as well. But if we have Iron Head again, we'll be okay. Got to start taking these guys out. Who's up next? Masked Howler. Upon receiving a negative effect, also inflicts it to the opposing enemy. Yeah, we're all like needled up, right? So we just gotta take a little bit of time to heal up. But I didn't think about that too much, and we lost the Amalgamates. That was an oversight. Ah, man. Well, that's not good. We're going to have to do without that, I guess. At the very least, we copied his skill set. But now we're kind of in trouble, aren't we? Gotta be real careful in this game, man. So I've got 2 of these coming back. Alright, Spine Hog. Learned my lesson with you, buddy. Can our, like, hero creatures carry us? Losing that Amalgamate hurts, but, you know, we might have the opportunity to bring them back if we can just keep winning. The game gets incredibly hard, though, man. Just the unit stats scale up for sure. So, Bash, Headbutt, Swift Scratch. Guess I'm glad he's not using that. He's all slugged up, though. You're slugged as well. I mean, frankly, what we need is the opportunity, potentially, I gotta start taking these guys out, is the problem. If I summon the Ancient One to the field, this guy's gonna throw Sluggish. So he's gotta be like, he's gotta be full health. And he's gotta attack. So that means, what? Ancient One here. Faduka, I guess, to heal him up. He can take him out in one hit. Beef Bowl right here. Nah, because this guy will attack first. Beef Bowl right here, Iron Head. Uses it. Got Protect. And then you got 16 hit points. That hits for 13. Ancient One just has to, like, claim souls. I might actually have to, like, use all my Fadukas here. I guess... Well, I guess you could take him out. Gigaton Press. You could take him out. I mean, 18 is a giant hit, though, man. I mean, we stretch ourselves a little bit thin with that infinite syringe, right? Just went crazy. And I knew this one was going to be a challenge, which is why I picked what I perceived as the easier route. But right now, we certainly find ourselves in a bit of a pickle. These guys are slugged down, so we can attack them first, regardless of speed. I can take him out, but then we have a hit for 18 coming our way. Not to mention another unit coming on the field. So that means we're looking at another Faduka. Like, using one to heal. And then we'll simply have 3 units remaining. I guess we do have tentacles that I did forget about. In fact, really forgot about those tentacles. Should have probably used those. So can we do something like defensive with Beef Bowl here? Like throw... Do we throw the Ancient One, pull Beef Bowl, move the Ancient One all the way over to the left. Get a tentacle on the Pachi. Maybe have the Ancient One. Can actually heal this way, though. Can heal Beef Bowl. And then we can use Iron Head. Bring him up to 18. Tentacle takes this swipe. Maybe throw the tentacle right here. Because that's the big hit, right? That way Beef Bowl at least gets a bit of healing. He does have a bunch of strength buffs, though. So we could take this guy out. We just don't have a unit to pull. We're going to have you coming back soon. So that's where things get a little challenging for sure, man. Gigaton Press takes you out. An attack takes you up, but we got 18 coming our way. If I healed you up, we could take him out. And this 6, well, this 13 goes this way. Could always use Iron Head and just take this guy out. We do outspeed him if we're fully healed. I mean, that's the way I see it. This is the one that nukes. This is the one that doesn't. The one that nukes, I mean, it's kind of obsolete. Although if we had it right now, it'd be real nice, right? But we're pretty much to the point where we have to one-shot or not. I think getting this back in our hand is more valuable right now than the nuke. I really do think it is. So what does this mean exactly? Well, this means that we have to keep you here. We have to use Iron Head It's gonna go first, right? Use Iron Head. Give you 16 hit points. Shake that off with protection. Take a hit for 4 on the HP bar here. Not good because it's gonna be hard to defeat enemies, right? But that enables the Ancient One to get the kill on you. I think it's what we have to do. It's the only way I really see it working. Alright, get healed up so you can outspeed. Iron Head for you. Hyper Impact for you. And let's go. Should work. Alright, Bash comes down. Protection is fantastic. Lazy Strike hurts. And the big shot. Hyper Growth. Alright, they get a little stronger. Here comes this guy who's going to hit twice, so he's got to go. We have Swiftness. No Sluggish, which is great. So he's got to go. Man, if only Blizzard was a little more powered up, right? This does kill. Then you get killed. 13 times 2. Man, why can't you use like Glare or something, bro? Hits for 3. You got 6. You got 7. We got this. Could use our last corpse. Man, if only Blizzard was just... Be like next turn it would be just strong enough to take out this guy. I could throw him over here, right? I guess you would still eat a double shot from this guy, so this guy has to go down. So you have to use Hyper Impact. I'm obviously not keen on sacking the whale. Whale's got the swiftness. He can take out this guy and then take a hit, I guess. So, sorry, Faduka. So what has to happen, and it kind of feels like this is maybe where the run just kind of runs out of steam just a little bit. Because we're going to be like just outnumbered in all future fights. But perhaps it's not completely done. It feels like it is, but perhaps it isn't. I mean, with tentacle, I mean, there's still a possibility. Although getting to the next boss, it's gonna be interesting for sure. Gather food. Yeah, let's gather food for sure, because we could always try to recruit something else, I suppose, too. Let's grab a fish for the sky whale. So rest sites. Choose between fully healing a creature or giving it 4 mutations, which can be curses. And then these guys don't get any weaker, of course, at all. Leech Bite is an option. Like, recruit this guy, maybe. I don't really know. However, my friends, we're at the 2:15 mark, so I think this is an appropriate time to maybe call this a video. I don't really see... Well, maybe... I guess I can't really end here, can I? We got to get back in there and we got to at least see this through. Because otherwise I'm going to have like a almost completed challenge run on the docket. I definitely made a mistake in that last fight. We lost the amalgamates and I think the rest is kind of history from there. Hits first, deals more damage every 2 waves. I mean, these horrors from the deep are getting real strong. I think this is the path we want to take, given this guy can help us heal. But we're going to be down. I mean, we're going to be outmanned, right? Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be outgunned, outmanned. And that's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. I thought Blizzard was gonna get a lot stronger, a lot faster. I guess, like, hint, hint, it does not really. And when Iron Head gives you 9 armor, but, you know, you're still routinely getting hit for much more than that. Yeah, so this is where we lose something. Yeah, Gigaton Press, not going to hit for enough. Unless we give you a fish. I mean, we're just scraping by here, friends. Scraping by. The once mighty are just starting to get outclassed by the just local animal population, I suppose. It's tough to see. You don't like to see it. You know, the mighty fall. Tidal wave, all lanes for 15. My goodness, man. And he's got 22 HP. I couldn't do enough damage to even hurt him, right? Unless I had like multi-hits. I think we did lack a multi-hit attack. Imagine just like a one-time use attack that hit 3 times, all buffed up. Like, that would have certainly been an opportunity for us, but yeah, Tidal Wave is the death blow here, friends. Unless I pull, like, just last-ditch effort, we pull the Sky Whale. Ancient One gets the Tentacle in there, we get... I mean, it's literally the only thing that we can do. This guy's not in a good spots on the left here. Alright, so we get some blood back. Does us no good. Disease coming in. Yep, that is the end of our Ancient One, man. Ancient One, though, you carried us, man. You carried us so good. Carried us so good. Did great. Did absolutely fantastic. What a strong unit. What a fun unit to kind of play around with. And this is it, friends, right here. This is how it ends. Wave 23 is how far we managed to take this. I'm honestly surprised we got this far and milked what, 11, 12 hours out of this run, out of a single endless mode run. Definitely crushed my expectations for sure. And this guy being immune to negative effects as well. Absolutely crazy. I guess all great things must come to an end. I can't say that I'm like completely like bummed out that one came to an end. I'm actually going to be live streaming this on Friday, so I did want to free up a challenge mode slot anyways. So my goal was to get this one done today. And we did. We got the Deep Weeper unlocked. Of course, you know plenty about those guys. And a bunch of experience as well. So that one is wrapped up. Of course, our team, just from a top-down view, many units, many great units. Got Raquel Rice in there. We got Jones in here somewhere. Got X-Men. Well, X-Men version 1.0. Got the Faduka Beetle, which turned into the Faduka Nuke. Got Jones Inc. I mean, overall, a really fun build to put together. And if you want to saw how we put it together, including some really intense moments, check out the live stream. I'll link it in the pinned comment. But what a fun run to put together. You knew what was going to come to an end eventually. I learned lots in this, though. I really did. I learned kind of what you have to watch, things to consider, especially as the enemies just continue to scale up endlessly, man. Looks like all these Fadukas, as they reincarnate, they show up in your unit list. That's pretty crazy. But I definitely learned a lot, like, kind of things to consider as you think about endless mode. So now we turn our sights to yet another challenge mode. We'll be doing this on Friday. You're going to have to help me determine what you want to see. I mean, endless was the first challenge mode that I wanted to try. Maybe we do like limited tames and just see. Maybe do like 5 limited tames. See how far we can take it. Something like that. And I also want to prevent being redundant, right? So, obviously the Sky Whale and the Ancient One are 2 just fantastic creatures to use. Probably in every run, given their power and strength. But, you know, if we do another Sky Whale run, it kind of feels like we're just doing the same thing over. I guess there's a million different ways to build your unit out. And in endless mode, you're kind of in it for the long haul. That infinite syringe was a wonderful thing. But it also left our team very weak. So keep that in mind as well. As you get a little, I guess, overzealous. Draining your HP and healing items. To the point where you go in a fight, you can't even take 1 hit. And then you have to play real cautious. And then all it takes, like you saw with the amalgamate, all it takes is 1 miscalculation. Because you're not paying attention, you're not focusing. You're not double checking everything before pressing end turn. And bam. Spells the beginning of the end. But regardless, friends, I had fun. If you did too throughout this, I guess, endless mode journey, then of course, smash the like button. Consider subscribing if you are new here and you enjoy the Decktamer. We're playing this here regularly. Gonna get into some more challenge mode runs next. And if you want to see a conventional dive as well, I mean, we do have a couple to do on Pioneer difficulty yet. Right, the first and second descent. We've got those to complete as well, so we can do, you know, a basic dive as well. Certainly have to let me know what you want to see. Let me know in the comment section below. So I'm going to get on out of here, my friends, but thanks again for spending some time on the channel today. I do appreciate it, and I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.
It's time for you to know what a bubble knows. Time to go where the other bros go. Towers get defended, roads get light, decks get built, dungeons get crawled. Indie gem after indie gem, a bubble